We were actually just one street over on Lafayette. We were covering a pedestrian accident when actually we heard gunshots ring out just what sounded right next to us, and it really was just that one street over. So we packed up, we came here, and we actually saw the suspect who was shot, appeared to be shot in the leg from what we saw, actually be taken in the ambulance and then off to the hospital. Really a dramatic scene all morning long, but now we're learning exactly what happened. So we know that the U.S. Marshals were attempting to apprehend a murder suspect. He's wanted in connection with a murder here in Davidson County. He's also wanted in connection or in questioning in another county for another case, but we didn't get specifics on that. You can see here all of this happening earlier this morning, just all before 5 a.m. and police are still here on scene. We have the FBI, the TBI, U.S. Marshals, Metro Nashville Police, plainclothes officers, uniformed officers. So really this scene with law enforcement just keeps growing here. Now, we do know again that this was the U.S. Marshals task force that was responsible for bringing in this suspect. But there is one Metro Nashville police officer as a part of that task force. Now, we do know that there was gunfire, but we don't know exactly what happened. We don't know if this was an exchange. We don't know if the suspect fired first or exactly what happened. We do know that the suspect is in the hospital recovering. And again, we're just waiting on an update from the FBI now. We're not sure when exactly that will come, but now they are handling this case and we're waiting to hear from them.
Yes, business owners near that homeless community tell me progress has been made, but for some, it's come a bit too late. Business owners continue to express frustration over the homeless communities across Music City. This business is even moving out of Green Street, partly because of the issues it's experienced with those folks. Across the street is Rick Pearson of Nashville Transmissions.
It is cleaned up a lot better. Metro and TDOT both have come down through here with their trucks, picking stuff up.
That's because Metro's Homeless Impact Division says 75% of folks are now in some form of housing. MHID tells me the population went from 20 to 5.
But it is a lot cleaner. It's gotten a lot better than what it was, yes. No.
Is it frustrating that it took this long for something to be done about it?
Some of it is. Some of these people could be moved to different cities.
Service providers at Open Table Nashville are supporting those on Green Street very regularly. So what message would you have for them who have maybe seen their business decrease or them having to make some changes?
Rather than directing their frustration toward the people who are unhoused living here, they direct their frustration toward the system.
Caseworkers come to Green Street to help with housing navigation, applications, and food and supplies.
Today is the first we'd heard of that, is my understanding. And we're definitely grateful to hear that people are in housing.
A spokesperson for MHID says it is their hope the community can remain focused on the success, that we have fewer people sleeping on the streets.
Video here from Fox 17's sister station in Chattanooga Friday shows buses carrying migrants arriving in the scenic city. Chattanooga's chief of staff tweeting, "The city is aware of the charter buses sent by Texas," adding these migrants were screened by the Department of Homeland Security and are legally seeking asylum. The arrival has groups like the state's Immigrant and Refugee Rights Coalition responding, both on paper and in person. We spoke with Cesar Bautista ahead of his trip to Southeast Tennessee.
These are folks that are seeking asylum, that have applied for asylum. They have a right to exercise their voice when they're, fleeing persecution, from the countries. And that's exactly what they're doing.
Not just groups reacting, state lawmakers as well. Senator Marsha Blackburn taking to Twitter, sharing her thoughts and pointing directly to President Joe Biden. But for groups heading that way, the focus of their trip Saturday is to assess.
That's going to be part of the trip that we're taking today to Chattanooga, is to see in that, is it food? Is it water? Is it clothing? Is it shelter?
And respond accordingly.